My name is Ian Thomas Minor, ITM for short. Coach ITM if you would play here or you're a young boy. I've always worked with kids, even when I was a kid. I was a young kid working with kids younger than me, and so I've always had a passion for that. It just came naturally to me to want to give back and to want to help foster healthy relationships between young student athletes and having a respect for the game, but more importantly, a respect for themselves and a respect for the world outside of the lines of basketball. It feels good to have Mr. Charlie Marquardt. I just call him Coach though. You know, after a rough patch, I've been to a couple different schools. He gave me a scholarship and trusted that I would do what I was supposed to do, and that's what I did. And then for him to bring me back on staff means a lot. Coach is one of my favorite people in terms of giving, so it feels good. It feels good to be able to be a part of a staff. It feels good to be able to give back on an elite level, and so I appreciate my lawyer and I appreciate Coach for giving me the opportunity. Basketball is the best, maybe one of the best classrooms because it's an interactive classroom. So the things that you need to do to be successful on a basketball court mirror what you need to do to be successful in life. The devils are always in the details, and more importantly, I want to help students and athletes redefine their definition of success. Being able to be a coach is really, what you really are is you're an educator, and you're able to use what happens on the basketball court from game to game or practices to use those as life lessons, because the reality is that after college, even for those elite people that are able to play college level sports, after probably have a job or a career, I think that basketball has afforded me the opportunity to cultivate young minds in a way that I would never been able to do it in the classroom if I was just a teacher. I feel like this is like God's work. This is something that I'm passionate about, being a part of, seeing other people's success story. It's about F pluses. F pluses are those moments in life where you really mess up. Because of that F plus, you realize what you need to do or how much strength it took from you to bounce back from it and what you learn from it. I tell the guys here, it's not about the losses, because the losses, there's lesson in the losses. The more F pluses you're able to get in your life and you're able to bounce back from them, the better you are as a person, as a man, as a woman, as an athlete. I wanted to be someone that some of the students or some of the athletes that I came in contact with 10 years down the line, 20 years down the line could be like, yeah, I remember Coach E told me this, or if it wasn't for Coach E, because if they can remember what I did, however small or big, but if that's a marker in their life mentally, now they can provide that same kind of assistance to the kids they're gonna be involved with. Me becoming a mentor wasn't really my planning, but now that that's what I am or that's what I've become, it's about helping the people that I come in contact with streamline and be able to not necessarily have to go through all the pitfalls that I went to get where I'm at today. It just seemed natural to go into a major communication because it seemed like no matter what you're doing, what job you're doing, what sports you're doing or what sports you're playing in order to do it effectively and be an asset to your team, because most jobs you're going to be a part of a team, you're going to have to know how to communicate on a high level. I'm trying to facilitate the connectivity for our team so that we all operating on a high level so we can achieve on a high level. Connectivity and communication is always paramount when trying to overachieve. My first time around in college, I didn't necessarily know how to navigate college. But when I stepped away and had to get a real job and started working construction and started personal training and working 3 jobs, coming back to school, you realize that it's really just about communication. And then when I'm taking the communication as a major, I'm realizing how to navigate. Me and my god brother just started a nonprofit called Connective, Inc. It's really just about empowering youth and educating educators how to connect more with the youth of today. I also do a skills clinic on Maurice's Vineyard every July 4th, but it's not just about basketball, it's about instilling life lessons and infusing it with basketball skill work, and this will be my 5th year doing that. And besides that, I work at School of the Future. Every day, all day, I'm about cultivating young minds, empowering young minds, but also trying to educate, not just educate the young minds, but educate the old minds or the minds set in their ways. As a coach's job, I know it's important to win, but what's more important is that if you spend 4 years with a mentor or an educator, that you become better as a man because of it. And usually winning and success will coincide with that, but if on the off chance it doesn't, If you leave a 4-year institute after playing 4 years of ball, and you are a better man and you are more educated on and off the court, and you've been pushed for 4 years, then your coach has done a good job. But I think for me personally, the things that I focus on, is relatability. Being able to be immersed in the world that the kids I coach are immersed in, at least being able to navigate it and being able to have an understanding of it. It's all about connectability. It's all about connectivity. And so I think nowadays, as an adult, you have to be able to find some place to connect with the kids you're coaching or with the kids you're teaching. And I think that's what's important. I think you have to be authentic. You got to be authentic with their parents. And I think if you're authentic, everything else will fall in line. And as a coach, and especially for this 2 years, I've learned that more than anything. I think I've learned that, bottom line, wins or losses, you don't stop caring. Like, it's times where I'm very irate or upset with the team. And sometimes I just want to just say things that maybe are not appropriate, or maybe say things that maybe will not be well received or heard because of my anger. So being able to take a step back and say it in a way that it could be heard is important. Being a father every day is going to teach you some things, and more than anything, I guess it lets you be okay with learning on the job. Because there's nothing wrong with learning on the job, but in order to learn on the job, you got to be at work, right? You got to go to work. You know what I'm saying? So if you choose to take the responsibility of being a father to your kids, then you're forced to be at work. My daughters and I are probably one of my greatest teachers. Allows me to be humble, allows me to check myself, allows me to be patient, just by her just being who she is. Definitely one of the greatest things that have happened to me. And when Zanai came, and I'm still learning how to be a father, just like I'm still learning how to be a coach. These things are either lifelong. Like as long as you're gonna be a parent, you're gonna learn to be a better parent. You know what I'm saying? As long as you're a coach, you're gonna learn to be a better coach. So, she pushes me to be a better man on a regular basis, which in turn always pushes me to be a better coach. I attribute a lot of my success or a lot of my functionality to having a daughter and to be more mature. 5 years I'll be here in terms of, and when I say here, I mean in the state of always giving, in the state of always empowering, in the state of always uplifting. I live for my legacy. I don't necessarily live for what other people are gonna think in the moment. When I'm gone, I want to be measured by what I did and the number of people I affected. That's what I care about. So in 5 years, I would have hoped to have affected more people and changed more lives than I did in this first 31 years of my life.